Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of New York, season 13, episode 14. Before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this one a little differently. We're just gonna get to the high points. The Real Housewives of New York was doing way too much. They are doing way too much. And by they, I mean Sonia, Ramona, and Leah. But mostly Ramona. Anyway, when the episode starts out, we have Leah talking to Ebony. Ebony is excited about having her Black Shabbat. Leah's excited because, you know, she's converting to Judaism and she has been practicing her prayer in Hebrew, and she's a little nervous about it. She's a little concerned because she's going to be giving the prayer at the Black Shabbat dinner. However, we find out later on that she's not going to be able to make the dinner because she has possibly been exposed to COVID. So she has to quarantine for 5 days. And when they said 5 days, I said, has that gone down? I thought you had to quarantine for 14 days. But anyway, Ebony says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll just put you on the Zoom. And I said, oh, well, that'd be interesting, you know. And then later on, we'll talk about it. Ramona is working with Michael to get her real estate license, and he has allowed her to come with him for a showing and, you know, just let her test the waters and see how well she does. And one thing that I noticed is Ramona is extremely unprofessional. You know, she was unprofessional when she sat down with Sonia's business partner, who I think allegedly is a fake and a fraud and a scammer. Allegedly, because I don't know him and I don't want him suing me. Anyway, I thought she was, you know, unprofessional there, but so is Sonia. You know what I mean? Sonia was screaming and yanking at her hair and just acting ridiculous. But when she's with this man who is looking at an $18 million apartment, I thought that Ramona's behavior was appalling.
This is amazing.
I'm talking. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit him.
I feel like we won't do that much during showings. No physical abuse during showings.
I'm supposed to be talking. You're supposed to be quiet.
Okay.
I told you I could run.
She needs those little things. So
Oh, those little round things that go at the bottom.
No, I'm fine with these
Don't
shoes.
scuff the floors.
Oh.
You know what? She's doing too much. That man clenched his teeth as if he wanted to haul off and deck her. But, you know, that would have been rude and very, very ungentlemanlike and could have gotten him arrested. So I think that's the only reason why he didn't. Plus, there was a check on the line. You know, he's looking for his percentage if this man buys this apartment, which, by the way, this apartment was beautiful. The 360 view was incredible. But no, I didn't see anything worth $18 million. Anyway, Ramona did know her stuff, and I do believe when she actually does become a real estate agent, Ramona is going to make the money. She really is. I just hope that she gets some professionalism. That was awful. Ebony meets up with the genetic investigator, and she says that she had never heard of a genetic investigator before, but I have, because I watched the TV show called The Genetic Detective with the lady who uses DNA and Ancestry and a couple of other websites to find out who committed crimes, who committed murders. She solves cold cases. So when Ebony said she didn't really have high hopes that this lady would be able to find her father, I chuckled a little. I said, no, ma'am, she's gonna find him. The lady who does the cold cases for the genetic detective, it takes her anywhere between 7 to 12 hours to pinpoint who the murderer is. She's able to take it all the way down to either the actual person or at least 1 to 2 members of a family. The police then go get DNA samples from these people, and once they run it and check everything, she has it. This woman is really brilliant, and I think this lady here is definitely going to be able to find her father, and I can't wait to see it unfold. So Sonia goes on the date that Devin, the matchmaker, set her up with, and this guy's name is Brad. Now, Brad is a little older than the man that Sonia usually dates, and you know what? I'm here for it. You know, her husband was older, and then she's got all these boy toys in between. I think she needs a man who's more age appropriate for her. I did appreciate that when they got there, Brad ordered a Bloody Mary and Sonia requested a virgin Bloody Mary. And I said, all right now, Sonia, okay, no alcohol on this date because you're, crazy enough. They talked a little bit and she said that it was nice. They bonded a little bit over food. They both like food. However, she gave him a strike because he says that he lives downtown and she lives uptown and he rarely comes uptown. So she wasn't happy about that. So that gave him a strike. So then she asked him what kind of business he was in, and she also told him that she was in the fashion business, that she was online and she's extremely busy. I said, extremely busy doing what? Having too much to drink and having that lady come over there with those clickers and tambourines and bong. Girl, you're not doing much. You are running around those interns and waiting for what's his name to get your business online set up straight so you can start collecting checks. You lied to that man. You're not busy. Then he goes on to tell her that he has had 4 back surgeries. I said, oh gosh, sorry about that, Brad. And then I thought, Sonia's very sexual. I don't think Brad's back is going to be able to take a person like Sonia.
I rarely go downtown.
I rarely come up there.
Helen Gurley Brown said you have to live within 10 blocks to really make it. So that's a strike.
Okay, so he's up to 2 strikes now. When she found out that he got rid of that house in the south of France, I think it was a wrap. I really do. But the thing is at the end of the day, she said that she was definitely going to keep an open mind. She also says that when you're looking for that guy, the one guy that you're going to marry and try to spend the rest of your life with, it's most likely not going to be love at first sight. So at least she says that she's going to keep on looking. She's going to keep on dating, possibly see Brad again. So the ladies get ready to go to the Black Shabbat dinner. They're going to one of Ebony's friend's house. And it just so happens that this trip is 70 minutes. I said, oh, wow. And I would just like to say, thank you, Ramona, for traveling this half an hour to get to the bus. She made a point of that. Be quiet, Ramona. When Ebony lets the girls know that Leah's going to be attending the dinner via Zoom, Ramona gets a little bit of attitude and she says, well, this is going to be crazy because we're all going to be there seeing each other face to face, and then there she's on the Zoom. The point is, she's there. She wants to be a part of it. She's practicing her Hebrew and she wants to give the prayer. You just sit back and be quiet, Ramona. Luann, she gets off the bus. She is excited. There's a little snow around, so she starts a snowball fight. And I thought that was really cute. Here are these women dressed extra sexy for this religious dinner. And Luann has a dress that has a slit up to her thigh, and they are outside in fur or faux fur, I don't even know, throwing snowballs. I said, okay, I think it's kind of cute. But anyway, we get in and we meet Archie. So Ebony goes to give Archie a bottle of champagne, and then Sonia also has a bottle of wine. And Sonia says, well, don't worry, I'll just take this into the kitchen. And then she walks past the woman and goes straight towards the kitchen. I said, you just met her. You in this lady's house. So who told you you can go into her kitchen? I don't know. And I would also like to say, peeps, get down in the comments. Was that woman's house? Or was that some kind of business / warehouse? Something. It was set up sort of odd. I didn't understand the setup. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going about my business. Sonia tells Archie that the champagne and the wine came from the RV that they drove up there, which was actually a bus. She says, yeah, we took everything out of there. And she said, you guys took everything out of the RV? She said, oh yes, all the food, everything. I said, so Ebony just gave her this champagne as if it was a gift that she thought about and wanted her to have. And you have just informed her that you took this from the bus, which is not an RV. Ramona was looking over the table setting. And Ramona, she thinks she is the queen of decor. Pretty soon, I bet she'll have some kind of decor line, some home essential line or something. Anyway, Ramona picks up this woman's napkins. And then she tells her that her napkins are too big. And I said, oh my God. The lady says that she made those herself. And Ramona was quick to let her know, oh, they're nice, but they're too big. I said, you know what? You just met her. You are in her home. learn how to be respectful. Just cut it off. You know, just because something pops into your mind does not mean you have to say it. I'm saying that to Ramona, but at the same time, I do that too, Ramona. Oh gosh. But not when it's, you know, but not when I'm sitting in somebody's house. I will keep it in my head. I'll just think it outside, you know, ma'am. Pretty soon this napkin is going to be a blanket, you know, but it's lovely. That's what I would say. Oh my gosh, you made this yourself? What? This is lovely. Anyway, moving on.
To hear about tonight at dinner. They went on a date, y'all, this past weekend.
Maybe we should just talk about it now, not at dinner.
Can we?
No, because I have a couple of girlfriends with me who like to recycle.
They do like some recycled D.
And I'm very protective.
No, they do.
Let's even remove Luann and Ramona from the conversation. When I married my ex-husband, we put the wedding invitation out. No one even knew we were dating.
Yes.
So anyhow,
just makes you tired.
let's change the subject.
Why are we changing the subject?
Because we're introverts and you're extroverted.
You're an introvert? If you're an introvert, I'm a freaking donkey if you're an introvert.
Okay, so you know what? But Sonia, these people just met you, number one. Number two, that was so rude. You absolutely do not want Luann or Ramona to know anything. And she said they have a problem with recycling. She doesn't want them to know anything about Brad because they love to take her men. Now listen, if Luann had not walked up and interrupted that conversation, there is no way she would not have gone down the line. She took Tom, Harry Dubin. She would have went down the list of all the men that they have shared. And that sounds so weird. I don't share men with my friends. I don't want to be anywhere you were. I'm good. Moving on. As soon as they sit down at the table and they come over to get their drink orders, Sonia says she'd like to have some tequila and a glass of soda water on the side. I said, no ma'am, no ma'am, you don't need the tequila, just keep the water. Add a little lime or lemon to that soda water. You don't need anything else to drink, Sonia. Through dinner, Leah loses her connection to the Zoom, and now she is ringing Ebony's phone and she's on FaceTime, but she doesn't like her position on the table. I can't see anything. Can you move the table? Ma'am, okay, cut the crap. Ramona is getting absolutely ticked off. She wants a full view of everything, and she's on this tiny little iPhone doing FaceTime. Why didn't she just try to reconnect to the iPad? She had a nice place set up just for the iPad. You know what? This was a religious dinner, and I kept saying, you know what? Quiet with your mouth. Zip your mouth. Well, they're having a toast. In the middle of the toast, Leah starts screaming through her phone. I can't hear anything you guys are saying. It's cutting out. You know what I thought? I said, you know what, Leah? At this point, let Archie do the prayer. You go back to bed. You know, close out your phone.
It's kind of difficult to include you in the conversation. We're all sitting here. We love you. We adore you. I think it's great that we're putting you on your FaceTime, but we can't like make sure every second you're okay because we're in the moment, baby.
Great
We're
that
in the
you're
moment.
respecting our health.
Why not, Ramona?
Because we can't.
Because she's a bitch. That's why. Oh,
I'm not a bitch.
All of this is going on right in the middle of the blessing. These people don't know you guys. The host doesn't know you. Ebony's 2 other friends or 3 other friends, they don't know you. And Ebony is looking embarrassed. Luann is really quiet and she looks embarrassed as well. Leah does her Hebrew prayer, which it sounded almost as if it was a song sang in Hebrew. I don't know, it sounded beautiful. I thought she did a great job. At some point she said that she made a mistake, but I wouldn't know because I don't know Hebrew. But what I do know is I loved it. I thought it was great, and I would like to know exactly what she said. Everyone there absolutely thought she did a great job. Sonia was so touched that she was in tears. Archie goes on to compliment Ebony, and that was a no-go. No. How dare you compliment this woman? How dare you compliment your friend when Ramona Sanger is at your party? Ramona tries to steal the spotlight, and she jumps into the conversation and tries to make it all about her. This woman is the most self-centered person that I think has ever graced the Housewives of New York.
Really do. Like, there's just so much hatred and there's so much anti-Semitism and there's so many people who, like, wouldn't even come to a Shabbat dinner, and I'm so not kidding you.
I go there all the time.
And Ebony is this amazing human who opens up her heart and says, I want to know about, like, Judaism, and I've been really worried about the relationship between the Black and Jewish community.
But Italian and Jews have a lot in common, too.
Sorry?
Italian and Jews, they're all about, tradition.
But you're going off topic. We're
No,
talking
we're
about Ebony, and she's
Well, I'm saying I'm trying to include other,
we're stronger together.
traditions, other people.
Ramona tries to interject in a conversation which she has no knowledge of. If you don't have a knowledge of a conversation, you should shut up and listen.
You are an oppressed people. It's very easy to join with other forms of oppression for your own perceived survival. The only person that wins when those communities are at odds is white supremacy. And I certainly deal with backlash, but I'll do it again because there is no place I will not go.
Nor will any of us. We all feel that way. We all
I understand.
want what's right
but
in this world.
the difference is,
We all
Ramona,
do.
the difference is...
We all do.
But the difference, Ramona,
Yeah, what's
the
the
only difference is I have paid the price.
We've all paid the price.
No.
In different ways. How about when I went to college, the Jewish people hated me?
We're not
Jewish
talking
I'm just,
about that.
But I'm just saying.
Okay, stop.
I mean, it's
Ramona,
just like,
stop for a second. We're not talking about that. We're
all
not
right,
talking
whatever.
About
I
that.
just
That's not
feel
about
like,
we're talking
why
about,
can't we talk about
right
everything
now?
and
We're
everyone?
talking about the Black race.
But why can't we talk about
and our
every?
Jew-
Are you freaking kidding me? Is that that it's not about white people right now?
I'm not. I'm talking about life in general. I'm not talking about right now.
Jewish people hated you at college? I'm sure everybody hated you at college.
No, it's about everybody getting along.
Yeah, but you're at a Shabbat dinner.
We're at a Shabbat dinner, and
A black Shabbat dinner.
I came to New York and Jewish people they shunned me. They shunned me because I was Christian.
Excuse me.
I was
We'll talk
boycotted.
about that in a minute.
I was discriminated.
It's important.
I felt like
We're not
why wasn't
talking
I
about you
Jewish?
and
Do
your
you understand?
So now we've gone from Italian persecution to Ramona persecution at college. I mean, it just gets getting worse.
Can I please speak? I'm
upset. No one wants to listen to me. Okay.
Go.
Ramona's behavior shows that there was zero respect for Ebony, zero respect for any of those people there. Listen, let me just say this. Ramona, you going to college and having a few Jewish people not really like you is absolutely nothing compared to growing up as an African American girl. Are you crazy? And right now you are so tone deaf. The fact that you cannot sit and be quiet and listen for 1 second, or even just try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes for 2 minutes. It has to always be about you. It's very disruptive, her behavior.
Are we getting a first course of food?
Yeah, we're not doing Shabbat.
This is nuts.
Okay, let me see what's food in the kitchen. I'm starving.
I'm bringing you in some food right now if you want.
No, I want the real food. Oh my God.
This is almost comical and ridiculous. And I know that Sonia is trying to help. I know that Leah is trying to help. But both of them are creating just a big circus right along with Ramona. Leah going back and forth with Ramona. Sonia trying to get Ramona to shut up, and she's going back and forth. All three of you are causing a scene.
I mean, Ramona's gone, and that's probably for the best. I want us to talk about... Yeah, Ramona's
I
not...
went to pee. I can't pee? Are you kidding me?
No,
like, Leah,
Ramona gets
really?
defensive.
I can't go and pee?
You get defensive.
I peed. I was on a bus for 40 minutes. No, you pee every
you did
hour.
in Salem also. She gets.
I mean, really?
You're acting like a psycho. Sit down. You're not looking good right now. Sweetie, sit down.
Leah, I have to go pee.
She's back. She took it
Really?
back.
You know, when the FaceTime hung up, Ramona gets all upset. Leah calls back and asks Ebony if they could go into another room to talk. And Ebony gets up to take this phone call. And I said, you know what? If I was Ebony, I would have said, Leah, you know what? I will call you later this evening. We've got a lot going on around here, and you are not helping with the situation. Ramona gets all upset and says that she's ready to eat. She's ready to eat. I mean, she hasn't eaten anything all day. And then they showed a flashback of her sucking down everything in the bus like a Hoover vacuum cleaner earlier. You're lying and you're causing a scene. All I can say is Ebony's friends at Archie, they have to be completely shocked by this behavior. Completely shocked. When Ebony had left to go talks to Leah in the other room, Ramona looks around as if she's absolutely disgusted, and then she shrugs her shoulders as if she has no idea what's going on. I mean, that's walking into that woman's kitchen, talking to the chefs and telling them what they have. She doesn't want any snacks. She wants a real meal. You don't have anything ready. I mean, she was being rude to the catering people.
I need food. What they tell you to do? No, I don't want snacks. That's fattening. You know, I can't be skinny like you.
I'm telling you what, no ma'am. Personally, I would have told Ebony, I appreciate you, I really do. But we have a couple choices. Ramona can get out of my place, or you can take everybody and get out of my place. But this is rude, it's disrespectful. She is in here talking to the catering people as if she is their mama, and Avery is nowhere in the building. This lady is out of control. After the show was over, Dorinda was on Watch What Happens Live, and it looks like, just like the other housewives, she has a new book coming out next Tuesday called Make It Nice. So they also did a Watch What Happens poll about Ramona's behavior, and the question was, how bad was her behavior on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely ridiculous, and of course it came out a 9. Her behavior was a 10, if not an 11. She was ridiculous. Andy also asked Dorinda what was her happiest moment on the show and what was her saddest moment on the show. And she told him the I made it nice moment was the happiest, not because it became so popular, but because it was the sentiment. She really did enjoy those girls and she was making it nice. She told him the saddest part was not being invited back for this season. We did find out that she has set Bluestone Manor up for Airbnb, so you can stay at Bluestone Manor. She also has Bluestone Bourbon coming out, and she also has a couple of other things that she's going to be doing too. Andy asked her which of the housewives does she stay in contact with from the Real Housewives of New York. She says that she is in regular contact with all the housewives, including Tinsley. The only one that she does not speak to is Ramona.
Perspectives about being put on pause, because we've discussed this a lot.
Oh, Andy, wow. What's your perspective about me putting me on pause?
That's a really good question. I don't know. We've talked about it a little bit.
Well, the good thing is it was what a year to be put on pause. It became a blessing because it was COVID, and I don't think I would have ever had the opportunity to write the book because it was so much more intense, and writing is so hard and terrible.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Okay,
How about that? Thank you, Andy.
All right, well, I don't know. Thank you very much, Dorinda.
I have a title for the second book.
Tell me.
Make It Nice Twice.
There you go.
No, my second book is going to be off pause.
Off pause.
So I think the things that we've been hearing is true, that she was just on a pause. They needed her to take some time off to get some help to cut the drinking. Her behavior was horrific. But as, next season comes around, I believe that Dorinda will be back. So there you go. You can see people are letting Andy know that they want Dorinda to come back, and she is absolutely letting Andy know that she is ready to come back. Anyway, oh gosh, when is this season over? I am hoping that they have 1, maybe 2 episodes left and it's a wrap. The Real Housewives of New York this season has been a disappointment. I did hear that they have decided to cancel reunion. So this will be a first time, I think, for all the Housewife franchises. As of now, they're saying there will not be a reunion for the Real Housewives of New York. I don't know. But anyway, you guys, until next time, bye.